Hello, Sweetwater aficionados. Marek from Audio Alchemist here to talk to you about the dangerous music Tubus XT. The Tubus XT is the sonic successor to the Tubus LT. So what do we have? We have something that's going to give you kicks that hit. We're going to give you something that have vocals that you can weld to the center of your mix. And we're going to have serious sonic sound stage, forwards and back and side to side. So what do we have for electronics in here? We've got a 6-layer summing circuit, same as the Tubus Plus. So that's going to give us things like 109 dB of stereo separation in our crosstalk. Why do we care about specs like crosstalk? Because if it's minus 56, like most summing mixers out there, we don't have as many places to put the components in our mix. In other words, if I'm all the way out here at minus 109, I can put my bagpipes and I can put my triangle, the most irritating things in the world to record, way out on the sides before I layer in my synth pads, my harmonies, my piano tracks, all my other beautiful things to pop in there. You've also got up to 27 dB of input level on every single input on here. Why do I care about that? Because most D to A's or most interfaces are calibrated at minus 18. I wish the Audio Engineer Society would hurry up and give us a standard so we could agree to it, but minus 18 is usually where we're at. If we're at minus 18, that means the maximum we can output is plus 22. Last I checked with new math, 27 minus 22 was 5 dB. That gives me 5 dB of headroom on every single input. Why do I care about headroom? Okay, imagine you're driving through the Rocky Mountains and you've got your 1975 VW bus. You step on it, punch it, right? And you're trying to pass somebody and it's going to, you're going to have a terrible time trying to get through there. Now, if you have your Lambo, which is rumored to travel at 220 miles an hour at top speed, right, which you're using generally to go to the supermarket, if you punch that thing, you'll be able to pass somebody, no problem. That's headroom. It feels good, it sounds good, it gives you lots of extra space. Internally, we've got 2 mono switches on here, so I can put my kick and my snare if I want to, my lead vocal, my bass guitar, whatever I want to have right up the center, right through here at a touch of the buttons. I've also got 2 custom analog color circuits. Think of the color circuits in here just like you would if you had a EQ or an external compressor, something of that nature, because they are that potent and powerful for you. I can assign them to 15 and 16, or I can assign them to my mix bus over here. First one I have is X-Former 3. Since it's X-Former 3, you would assume there's a 1 and a 2. Ha! You're right. Tubus Plus has Transformer 1, Convert AD Plus has Transformer 2, and thus we have Transformer 3. They are all unique and all different. And the reason for that is because you may want to mix and match and trade with your friends, just like your baseball cards, all the different tonalities that you have that are going to give you more potency and more power to create the music that you love. Transformer 3 is going to work with the low mids to give you second order harmonics while not damaging the upper order top end beautiful stuff. Coherence gives me dimensional asymmetry, so it will handle all those little peaks, gently pushing them down while widening my mix ever so slightly to give me more excitement and draw the listener in. Remember, your job as a producer is not to make everything the same, right? You don't want to cut and paste all the vocals in every hook. You don't want to use the same effects on every hook. Maybe use no coherence on the first hook, second hook, you use a little bit, and third hook, you use a lot, right? To add excitement and lead the listener all the way from the front to the back of the song. Okay, how can we utilize these? As I said, I can assign them here, I can assign them here, or an extra trick, I can use my DAW to assign them to an aux send. And that way I can use the 10,000 little men and women in the box that are there to assist me and move the levers and faders and pan pots, right? So you can actually automate how much occurs. So in other words, maybe in the drum track, I'm feeding some at some times to 15, 16, and leaving this wide open, right, for my coherence so I can hear what I want when I want. And maybe then on the vocal stages, I'm bringing in some at the middle, like I said, and a lot at the end. So you can actually automate how much of the analog outboard you're utilizing. First, I want to show you the mono circuit. So when I pull up the drum track, you're going to hear kick and snare happening, right? And we don't want to do that unless we're doing the White Album. We want to hear kick and snare down the center. Okay, so if you have like some earbuds, this will be obvious to you. If you've got like some really great headphones and a good system you're listening on, it'll be very easy to hear. If you have an iPhone that you're just listening out in free space, you know, that's really not going to work so well because after all, even with a stereo iPhone like that, you know, you'd have to be a mouse, right, for this equilateral triangle to affect you appropriately. Okay, so here's the drum kit. Mono button. Now let's talk about transformer. I want to put transformer on the entire mix. So we're going to pull it up, it'll start with it off, and then I'll bring it in. Next, I want to show you coherence, and I'm going to activate the coherence here. I'm going to start with it in the counterclockwise or off position, and then I'm going to roll it up. We're going to start with drums, and then I'll do a vocal example after that. Now let's try it on a vocal.
Blown away, you're swinging from a line. Hang from grace your full distaste for turning water into. Blown away, you're swinging from a line. Hang from grace your full distaste for turning.
We built the 2-bus XT so it could stand alone, or you could add it with a 2-bus plus, and now you have 32 channels of summing, plus you've got 5 analog outboard custom color circuits. You can also add it to a D-Box Plus, and that'll bring you from 8 summing channels to 24 summing channels with the 2 custom color circuits. So thanks for watching, and if you have any more questions, contact your favorite Sweetwater sales engineer or go to sweetwater.com.